I will fight.
This is the face of a fighter.
I will fight for you.
My mom is the bravest woman I've ever known. She is my strength, my motivation.
You don't ever think cancer will happen to you. I was shocked when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Things looked bleak. I did not want to get out of bed in the morning. Something you cannot see is ripping you away from everyone you love. But my support group, my family, stood by me. Something inside of me said, I won't let myself die. I need to teach myself how to live.
And she fought. She changed her life. Her spirit inspired me to become the man I am today.
I survived. Today in this game, 2 football teams are inspiring change that is bigger than sport. The Cure Bowl, like myself, like Liberty and Georgia Southern, are just getting started. The clutch plays.
Buck will throw. Gandy Golden, the catch, the 5, right above, touchdown Liberty! Outstanding catch by Gandy Golden. Works is wide open. Does he have it up? 20, 15, 10, 5. He's got 6. Wings up, Eagle Nation. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
The defensive stands.
Morgan to throw. He must hit the ball's out. It's back free inside the 35. Eagles recover. And for Sonberg. Just a collision from Jayon Sanders. A big loss on the play.
The big win.
The Flames are bowl eligible for the first time in school history. For the first time in a dozen years, they have scaled the mountain and they have planted that GS flag.
Are all just the beginning of something special. Because this bowl,
These teams,
and this cause will never give up on you.
I'm not going down that easy. So don't give up on me.
With appreciation for Rashad Bird and his mother Caroline for setting the inspirational tone, we welcome you to the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl on CBS Sports Network. From Orlando, Florida, the Liberty Flames versus the Georgia Southern Eagles. With John Shriven on the sideline, Aaron Taylor, I'm Carter Blackburn. It's the 5th year for us, the Cure Bowl on CBS Sports Network, and it is truly always a privilege to be here.
We're so grateful to be here because today's game is a contest with a cause. One of those rare opportunities that you and I and the fans, the players, you guys at home get to be a part of something special that's greater than the field of play and what's taken place there. Our goal today is to inspire those whose fight is ongoing and to celebrate those that have already won it. Cancer can be beat, and we're here to help that process.
Now, on the field, this appears to be an evenly matched game between Georgia Southern and Liberty, and also one of sharply contrasting styles.
Well, both of these offenses run an option-style offense. For Liberty, though, it's the run-pass option that features the air attack. For Georgia Southern, it's all about the triple option on the ground. A lot of times, kids don't want to show up in bowl games. That is not the case here today. Today's game is about validation and credibility. I don't know how well they're playing, but they're going to play their tails off.
Well, for Liberty University, football has always been a priority since Jerry Falwell founded the university in Lynchburg, Virginia. 1973, the first season playing football. Then it was a move up to 1AA. They make the FCF playoffs in 2014. This year is the first season they have been bowl eligible, and here they are in their first bowl game, thanks in large part to Stephen Callard, but they know him on the mountain as Buckshot.
Buckshot can sling it. He's a big, strong-armed, accurate pocket passer that lets this offense go. The RPOs, he's the career leader in touchdowns and total yards, has done an incredible job of cutting down the interceptions year over year, and it's a big reason why this offense has led them to this game today.
And his biggest target is simply one of the best wide receivers in football, Antonio Gandy Golden.
Gandy Golden's the best player on the field today. He's a next-level player in the NFL. 1,300-plus yards this year, is third in the FBS. He was a semifinalist for the Biletnikoff Award that goes to the country's best. Southern has to find a way to keep 11 in check.
And speaking of those Georgia Southern Eagles, they want to give you the Statesboro Blues by running the football. It is old school option football.
It's all about the triple option, but it's a triple option 2.0. A lot of different personnel groups and formations, but it's still about the give, the keep, and the pitch. The inside run game, taking advantage of the offensive line, getting up inside the tackles. That's step one. And look at this, the bobsled formation. We'll see some of this today. This is the second part of that option, which is the quarterback, Shy Wirtz, keeping it. Very hard to defend. You have to be disciplined with your eyes. And then finally, this is the game against Appalachian State. They handed Appalachian State their only loss of the year, and a big reason why is this triple option offense that featured the pitch, and a very talented deep group of running backs showed up.
And all three of those leading rushers have had to deal with adversity of different kinds this season, so it has very much been a resilient and effective group running the football for the Eagles. And for more on what has been truly a unique season for Georgia Southern, here's John Strickland.
Well, Carter, it is a huge accomplishment for Georgia Southern just to even be in this game, considering everything they've gone through. This summer, their quarterback, Shy Wirtz, was wrongly arrested during a traffic stop, thrown in jail, charged with cocaine possession. Well, it turns out it was nothing more than bird droppings on his car. Wild, right? Well, just as they were getting past that situation in October, freshman offensive lineman Jordan Wiggins took his own life. Now, head coach Chad Lunsford said it was very hard for this team. It took it very difficultly. They had to cancel all football activities the following day. They even contemplated not playing in the game that weekend. Now, the players eventually voted to play in the game against Louisiana, but Coach Lunsford said they are still dealing with the effects of that situation. He said if anything positive came from it, it's that guys now know it's okay not to be okay. But he is proud of the way they have bounced back with all the adversity they've faced this year.
The toughness of this football team and of Chad Lunsford has never been in question, and that is evidenced by getting to this bowl game for Liberty. Hugh Freeze out of the game for 2 years after resigning as head coach at Ole Miss in July of 2017. Called it his exile period. Told us he wants this bowl game to be about celebration, joy, and remembrance for his football team. Celebrating Liberty University's first bowl game appearance. And thankfully, as we get set for kickoff between Liberty and the Georgia Southern Eagles, we have no rain here in Orlando, Florida. Just a balmy 74 degrees, cloudy, and hopefully the rain holds off for what should be a good one between Georgia Southern and Liberty. Fifth year, the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl. All proceeds from the game go towards cancer research, bringing teams together to find a cure for cancer. And as you said, Aaron, at the very beginning, this is a game with a much greater cause, and we're happy to be here to celebrate that fight, that resiliency with you. Pink all around. Gus is here, fired up for the Georgia Southern Eagles. And for the Liberty Flames, the first time to play in a bowl game in their first year of bowl eligibility at the FBS level. Liberty won the toss and elected to defer, so Georgia Southern will get the football first to begin the 2019 Cure Bowl. Georgia Southern has been electric on special teams throughout the year. Alex Probert will kick it away. Wesley Kennedy and Wesley Liptrop are back. Kennedy will take it in the end zone and take a knee. So Georgia Southern will get the football at the 25-yard line to begin. Let's begin with our Chick-fil-A starting lineups with Georgia Southern quarterback Shy Wirtz. We spoke to him earlier this week. He said understatedly that this season has been, quote, eventful. After being cleared and what John told you about the bird droppings incident, Wirtz injured his shoulder in the opener versus LSU, missed nearly a month. After the 1-3 start, Wirtz led a players-only meeting in which he stressed the power of a positive team. So he told us 7 wins, a bowl game. It feels good to have a successful season after everything the Eagles have been through. King's with him in the backfield, and Woods will hand off to King, who pushes and gets just a yard, maybe two, as we take a look at the offensive starting lineups for the Georgia Southern Eagles.
Well, we talked about this offense that wants to control the football today. I really feel that that's going to be key. A lot of times we talk about defense winning championships. The offense today that can exert its will the most will win this ball game, and that means number one and the rest of this offense have to do their job and do a better job on first down than they just did there.
So you feel like early on we'll get a feel as to who is controlling the football game the way they want to. That's Kennedy, who pushes a big pile to maybe the 29. So 3rd and 6 to begin for the Georgia Southern Eagle against the Liberty Flame defense.
And this defense is right on schedule. These first two plays are exactly what they wanted to happen. Win on early downs to force some 3rd and long situations. Liberty's really struggled. 104th in the FBS on 3rd down. If they can keep the Eagles in these sort of situations all game, that'll be a big factor in why they'll win.
Eagles go 3 wide on 3rd and 6. Wirtz out of the gun. Lemonnier showing pressure off the edge, so Wirtz will audible. With 3 backs with him in the backfield. Handoff, Kennedy, nothing doing, with Jesse Lemonnier leading the way for the Liberty Flames. And it is a 3 and out on the opening possession. Rusens and Clark and everybody else on the defensive line in on the stop.
Very conservative play calling, but just credit this front 7 of Liberty of getting penetration and winning their individual matchups. You mentioned Lemonnier, Carter, number 11. He is a force off the outside edge, and that is the exact start that the Flames were looking for.
Florida native to Liberty via Ventura College. Told us he was very thrilled to have a bowl game in the Sunshine State. Beck will punt it away. Georgia Southern's opening drive woes continue. Haven't scored a touchdown on the opening drive this year. That's a bobble on the special teams. Who is on top? Stubbs muffed the punt, and now at the bottom of the pile, we'll see whether it's Flames or Eagles. Anthony Beck, the freshman punter, is already celebrating, and it will be Liberty football. So Stubbs manages to get back on top of it after the muff.
The Flames are extremely lucky here. You talked about how good Georgia Southern is on the defensive side of the ball. That could have been critical.
The ruling on the field is a kick muffed by the returner, subsequently returned by Liberty, recovered, first down.
It looked like Najee Thompson actually inadvertently knocked it back into the hands of Stubbs for Liberty.
I was down on the field before the game. The wind was swirling a little bit. It died right at kick, but that's something for us to keep an eye on. The forecast is from 15 to 20 miles an hour today. That may have just been the first time that the wind played a factor.
Hickson is in the backfield with Calvert, and Hickson, there's the run pass option, and it's incomplete. Intended for DJ Stubbs. Chick-fil-A starting lineups beginning with Buckshot, Calvert for the Flames. If you're a stock car racing fan like Steven's dad, you may know the name Buckshot Jones or his famous crashes. Steve, with Mom Kim's blasting, decided that'd be the perfect middle name for their son. Andy Staples had a great piece all about it, but on the field, Steven has been tough as Buckshot, like his namesake.
The run pass option, that's the player, that's the overhang player that's getting red.
And on second down, and the Eagles hold, forcing 3rd and long with Rashad Bird leading the way. And we look at the rest of the offensive starters for the Flames.
Man, this is a group, Carter, that's come a long way since the start of the season. Liberty started the season 0-2, and remember the issues with their head coach not being at practice due to the surgery and the back issues that he had. They found their way, though, and as this season's gone on, they've relied even more heavily on the run game. Over 300 rushing yards in their last out. They'd love to stay balanced today, but expect them also to take some shots.
So here's Buckshot on 3rd and 8. Loading up, tipped, and it is incomplete over the middle. And so Liberty goes 3 and out. Huntley, the intended receiver, and Darrell Baker. Donald Rutledge unavailable today at safety, so Baker is in there, and he breaks the pass up.
Great job of breaking the pass. In extremely tight coverage, both of these defenses exerting their will early. Southern with a 3-and-out of their own. Not going to lie, it's not kind of what I expected early on in this ballgame.
Truth is out. Kennedy, fair catch. He's going to back up and makes the grab in the wind. Fair catch. That's a win in special teams right now. So not a flaming start for Liberty. Georgia Southern hopes to be hailing a bowl win by the end of the day in Orlando.
Getting your home loan with FBC Mortgage is almost as relaxing as a day at the beach. Make the mortgage experience enjoyable. Apply now with FBC Mortgage's SimpleLoan.com.
I don't know why I love you, but I do. I don't know why I cry so, but I do. I don't know why I love you, but I do.
Everything your trip needs for everyone you love. Expedia.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their gifts. This Christmas, wrap it in red at Ace and get free assembly and delivery on all grills and accessories, $3.99 and up.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Play it cool and escape heartburn fast with Tums Chewy Bites cooling sensation.
These little cups would make great stocking stuffers. But how about right now in your mouth stuffers? Happy holidays to your mouth. Not sorry. Reese's.
Happy holidays from all of us at the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Scoreless start. Let's take a look at our Ryan keys to the game.
Well, for Georgia Southern, they've got to get it going. Liberty Flames offensively, they've got to protect the quarterback. That means their offensive line has to step up defensively, force the Eagles into third and medium. And for Georgia Southern offensively, they got to play small ball, play some keep away, and also limit the explosiveness of a Flames offense that can take deep shots and has the personnel to do it, especially with Antonio Gandy Golden.
The Georgia Southern Eagles 8th in the nation, averaging 261 rushing yards a game. On that Halloween night win at Appalachian State, they ran for 335. Wirtz, option to the right, trying to stretch it out on the outside, though the containment is there, and Kennedy gets the toss, but nothing doing as Dupree makes a stop. Let's check with John.
Well, guys, the wind in this stadium is very misleading. This is a soccer stadium, so this is the first time they've ever had a football game here. Typically, you look at the flags on top of the goalpost, but they are not moving. What you really need to look at is the flags in the corner of the end zone. They are whipping right now, and that's what happened on that opening punt when DJ Stubbs fumbled it. He took his first step up. The wind carried it over his head, and that's why he fumbled it.
That's a great report, John, because you're exactly right. I mean, you get the high punts up above the stadium, and it has been a factor already in the 2 punts we've seen. 3 and out. Eagles trying to finally move the football. J.D. King, the junior from Fitzgerald, Georgia, eligible this year after transferring from Oklahoma State because he's helping care for his ailing father. NCAA granted him a waiver. We learned that his grandmother passed away on Thursday, so J.D. King is trying to rally his spirits for this football game this afternoon. Empty on 3rd and 4. Wirtz stepping up in the pocket, rolling, and he'll take a sack. And the Liberty defense holds again. Trayshawn Clark, the true freshman from right down the road in Cape Coral, Florida, who now has 5 5.5 sacks on the year to lead the Flames.
Here he is coming off the outside edge. This is a situation that if you're Liberty, you want to create. Get those third and mediums to third and long so that you can unleash your pass rushers. 32 sacks, tied for 33rd in the country. They added another one there, and they're back-to-back 3 and out. Can't start any better than that.
And here's Beck to punt to Stubbs again with the wind swirling. Stubbs will back up, make the grab, no fair catch, and he's tackled at the 11-yard line. So Anthony Beck II has a lot to celebrate early for Georgia Southern. The Eagles punter is the early hero.
Good morning.
More treatment.
We're going to try something different today.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. Text BOOM to 321321 to get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. And because most GH is produced while you sleep, GH Boost is specially formulated to help you get a deeper, more restful sleep. You'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text BOOM to 321321 to get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. Text BOOM to 321321.
These folks, they don't have time to go to the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. All the amazing services of the post office, only cheaper. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by FBC Mortgage. Mortgages made simple with FBC Mortgage. Visit us at simpleloan.com. By Ryan, a leader in global tax services. And by Chick-fil-A's new mac and cheese. Make it part of your dinner tonight.
Oh, that is the Cure Bear, one of our favorite parts. The Orlando Sports Foundation does a great job hosting bowl games beginning with the Cure Bowl. And now here is the punt return average, which is not a highlight for the Liberty Flames. We've seen that demonstrated on the first 2 punts.
Had them off and then immediately tackled when they fielded it. Georgia Southern's offense isn't really humming back-to-back 3 and outs, but their special teams are allowing them to win the field position game at the moment.
So here's Buckshot Calvert with Joshua Mack in the backfield. Handed off Mack, and he is dropped for a loss. Immediately, C.J. Wright blows it up in the backfield.
C.J. Wright playing right over the center at the nose position. Just wins his one-on-one matchup. That's an extremely hard block for a center to take him one-on-one. The center has to keep his head up. This defensive line for Southern doing a nice job of winning their matchup. These O-lines for both of these teams kind of struggled early on. The strength of both defenses are the front sevens, and we're seeing that big time here early.
Antonio Gandy Golden has not touched it yet for Liberty. Second offensive possession. Officially a loss of 2. So now Calvert from back near his own goal line finds Mack out of the backfield. Mack wrestled down. Here comes a flag. That could be a bailout penalty. Bowdy on the stop there on Mack. Bowdry rather on the stop, and now we'll check the flag.
Big time bailout is right, Carter.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 5, The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot, results in an automatic first down.
The first down of the game.
And it was unfortunate because it was really good coverage on the back end. But Baldry clearly grabs that face mask with his left hand. Wasn't in a good football position. Not a very fundamental tackle there. And the Flames are on the march as a result.
So with both offenses averaging less than a yard per play, 15 on a face mask is easily the biggest play of the game. Kevin Haslett and his crew making sure that they're squared away on the spotting of this one at the 26.
The location on the field is correct, as the penalty was enforced from the previous spot, not the end of the run.
Good explanation. I think that was directed right at Hugh Freeze. 4 total yards of offense in the game. Who's going to break out first? Calvert from the 26. Hands off. Mack picking his way, just getting a couple more. And you know you're setting up for a shot at some point as we take a look at the Eagles' defensive starting lineup, led by Wright, who had the tackle for loss.
Well, we've already talked about this front seven, and Wright's one of those players making his presence felt early.
Calvert 2nd and 8. Heavy pressure. Releases. There's Antonio Gandy-Golden with his first touch. And it is the first offensive first down of the game for the senior from Georgia.
You'll see a lot of those short hitches. They like to get the ball into their receivers' hands and let them run after the catch, but Georgia Southern will let them do that all day long because they don't want to get beat over the top.
Empty on first down. Hurry up. Calvert steps up, slings it incomplete. I think he hit his backup, Landon Brown, on the sideline.
That's that gunslinger, that big arm that we were talking about at the top of the show when we came on the air. I noticed early on in the BYU and the Virginia games, Buckshot got a little bit nervous. I think he was amped up. I used to play with Brett Favre. Favre used to say, I get chinged up early. I got to settle down. I got to settle down. That was a rifle of a shot that we just saw there. Calvert's got to take a deep breath, settle down, and start to deal and distribute like he's done all season long.
Chinged up?
It was the name of this product we had in the weight room that disappeared slightly after that.
Maybe we should just leave it at that. On 2nd and 10, here's Calvert loading up, checking down. Mack with the Eagles keeping the Flames all in front of them. Raynard Ellis, the sophomore middle linebacker, rallies to the football to force 3rd down.
Incredible speed by this Eagles defense running to the football. Watch them flow. Once they recognize that Calvert doesn't have anywhere to go and he hits his check down, look at the blue helmets running the football. You got safeties, you got linebackers, you got D linemen all out there in the flat trying to help their guys out.
3rd and long again for Liberty. Calvert stepping up in the pocket, pressured and sacked inside the 30-yard line. Dylan Springer brings down Buckshot. Calvert to force another Liberty punt.
This defensive line for Georgia Southern's getting out of it after it. Here he is on the bottom of his screen. Just works that inside leverage with that right hand. Allows him to beat the tackle and collapse the pocket. That's an excellent job on that outside edge by Springer, getting his defense off the field. We're seeing some pretty dang good up front play here so far through this first quarter.
You see the 3 tackles for loss already for the Eagles, so you get a first down and you're still punting it from inside your 20. Alvis hangs it, Kennedy lets it bounce, and it takes a Liberty roll inside the 30-yard line where the Flames will down it there. So still scoreless to start. Finally, Antonio Gandy-Golden gets a touch, but Dylan Springer brings down Buckshot.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to.
Trulicity is for people with type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. I take it once a week. It starts acting in my body from the first dose.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
At Domino's, a delivery gone wrong doesn't just hurt your pizza night.
It hurts our pride. We're going to be expediting this order.
It could be a missing dipping sauce. It could be a wrong topping. It arrives cold.
With Domino's new delivery insurance, if your delivery isn't what you expected, make a claim, and we'll make it right.
I noticed you had an issue with your last delivery.
To make up for it, I brought you a medium pizza.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You're welcome. Get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
And put our delivery insurance to the test.
Christmas trees try so hard. Lights and ornaments and little choo-choo trains, come on. The best trees, they kind of only need 2 things. Peanut butter and chocolate. Not sorry, Reese's.
With the money I've made on Poshmark, I've been able to pay for all our family's vacations.
I could pay for my wedding just on what I've made from Poshmark.
I've made over $10,000 and I was able to buy my new car.
Download the free Poshmark app now.
Welcome back to Orlando. No score yet here in the Cure Bowl, but this bowl game is so much more than just the game. Earlier this week, players from both Liberty and Georgia Southern both took a visit to the UF Health Cancer Center to check out all the amazing work that is being done there. On top of that, players from Liberty also took time out of their busy schedule to visit with Grayson. Now, Dawn Coleman is the former star of the Liberty women's basketball team from 91 to 94. Her son, Grayson, back in November, was diagnosed with bone cancer. He is at the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children, which is about just 10 minutes from here. Well, Jesse Lemonnier and J.T. Wood from Liberty went to pay Grayson a visit. They certainly lifted his spirits, tossed around a football with him, and definitely helped out a single mother who needed some help with her son. Great effort by both of these schools pitching into this local community.
Fantastic, John. We appreciate that. Of course, the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl, presented by the Orlando Sports Foundation, benefiting the Cancer Research Foundation, bringing teams together to find a cure for cancer. Georgia Southern still looking for its first down. Wirtz will be tackled as he gets across the 30-yard line, and it is Scruggs who makes the stop. Liberty has been terrific defensively to begin.
This is exactly what you want. We talked to the coaches earlier on in the week, and they told us the best time to play an option team, as you know, is the first game of the year or the last one when you have multiple days to prepare. Clearly, the time and preparation ahead of a top 10 rushing offense has paid dividends for this defensive unit that got better as the year went on.
8 total yards of offense. LaRoche gets the handoff and gives him a shot on 3rd down, but Tillman there on the stop. Gain of only 1 for Matt LaRoche, who missed the Georgia State game because of a concussion. So back on the field for the Eagles for the bowl game.
When we came onto the air, Carter, we showed them the package of the dive, the keep, and the pitch. The Flames are completely taking away the dive. They're winning their inside matchup. Everything comes off of their ability to do that, and they simply haven't been able to. Let's see if they get themselves off the field here on 3rd down.
And you documented Liberty's struggles on 3rd down, but not so far in the early going against the Eagles. So Wirtz, option 3rd and 5, decides to keep it, and Wirtz is stopped short. Again on 4th down, the Eagles. Clark leads the way. They needed 5, only got 3, and now the punt unit comes on.
But you saw that. They were thinking about going for it there. Clearly that decision is based upon how well their defense is playing. The strategy today for Georgia Southern is to play keep away. They haven't gotten the first down yet because Liberty's defense has been all over the field. The coaching staff was thinking about being aggressive there and wisely decided to put their punt team on the field again.
And you will see a variety of formations on both offense and special teams for Georgia Southern. So all eyes open for Liberty. Low punt. Gets it to roll inside the 15. Well, Anthony Beck is doing his job for Georgia Southern. Stubbs just lets this one go, and it rolls all the way back to the 12, right around the spot where he touched it last. So good start for Anthony Beck and the Georgia Southern defense.
Both of these defenses have really stepped up. They started with back-to-back 3-and-outs, but the Eagles are getting after it. The strength of their defense is their front 7, but the pass rush, getting them into 3rd and long situations is the best way to get yourself off the field. But take a look at the rush yards. Liberty ran for over 300 yards a week ago. Today, -2, and Georgia Southern, a top 10 rush offense, 12.
You could go rush yards, pass. I mean, there just haven't been any yards except in the punt game. One offensive first down, and it belongs to Liberty. Hickson is in the backfield, and Hickson gets the stop, and same as it has been the first 2 possessions for Liberty, it is nothing doing up front. Gain of only 1 on first down. Ellis again with the stop.
You know, it's interesting, Carter, when he spoke with Hugh Freeze this week, he talked about the humility as a play caller, having to play complementary offense to support his defense. The first drive, when they went 3 and out, they only held the ball for 51 seconds. These runs up inside aren't necessarily because Liberty's planning on getting yards there. It's also about bleeding the clock to keep their defense fresh.
On 2nd and 8, Calvert just has to dump it. That could be grounding. We'll see. Calvert, as soon as he was rolling out of the pocket, Ellis was there to meet him.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 40 was in the vicinity of the pass. 3rd down.
Another good explanation from Kevin Hassel, but it results in 3rd and long again.
Just a green dog blitz from the 2nd level. Watch the backer. He sees that it's not a run. He unhinges and suddenly becomes a pass rusher. Very good design and strategy here by both these defenses early, because neither offense has had any sort of rhythm.
Well, I guarantee you complimentary football may be going out the window right now when there's nothing on offense for the Flames. Trying to change that on 3rd and 8. And here's Calvert stepping up. Flinging complete, and that's complete to Stubbs. So Stubbs had the muff in the punt, makes up for it with a grab for a first down and a gain of 15.
And this is exactly what Liberty wants, that first down, so that they can get into some tempo and tilt the scales their direction.
It's the first 3rd down conversion of the game. Calvert to the air again, complete on the outside. There's Shaw as the Flames try to find an offensive rhythm.
There was a wide open wide receiver that time. Johnny Huntley, the tight end, was completely uncovered. Calvert could have hit him there for a huge gain.
Ball start. Got rolling a little too early prior to 2nd down.
Offsides with contact. Number 96, defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, scratch that. Break for Liberty as Ty Phillips is the one who drew the early snap. First down by penalty, 2nd for Georgia Southern. This is a team that doesn't commit a lot of penalties. They've given up 2 first downs via the flag.
2nd in the conference. But half of the first downs today by Liberty are because of penalties.
Hickson, nothing much doing. Rashad Bird, the junior from North Augusta, South Carolina, makes the stop. He's their leading tackler. Rashad brought us on the air today with the story of his mother Caroline's fight with cancer.
Notice the change of pace for Liberty here as well. They're letting that play clock bleed down considerably.
Calvert wide open over the middle. Huntley breaks free, and it is touchdown, Liberty. The Flames strike first. Just a couple snaps ago, Aaron, you saw Huntley wide open. Liberty comes back to it, and it's a touchdown from Calvert to Huntley. His first of the year for the Florida native. Probert on for the PAT. PAT sneaks in there 7-0 on a 57-yard TD strike. So thinking right along with you, AT. Buckshot to Johnny Huntley. Touchdown. Wipe out all that bad offense for Liberty. The Flames are in the end zone.
Getting your home loan with FBC Mortgage is almost as relaxing as a day at the beach. Make the mortgage experience enjoyable. Apply now with FBC Mortgage's SimpleLoan.com.
everything your trip needs for everyone you love. Expedia.
May your holidays glow bright and all your dreams take flight. Lease the GLC 300 SUV for $439 a month with credit toward your first month's payment at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event.
Welcome to the Chipotle Free Delivery Bowl. Don't just watch the bowl, order the bowl. Get free delivery on the bowl. Then eat that delicious bowl. Order now and get free delivery for a limited time.
Izzy is crazy about boxes. In her lifetime, she'll jump in and out of hundreds. That's why IAMS creates delicious recipes tailored to help keep her at her adventurous best. IAMS, who I am.
Welcome back to Orlando, where we finally have some offense. Keep your eye here on the tight end that's going to run a wheel route. You'll see the overhang player that's there for the RPO is going to turn his back and completely lose sight of Johnny Huntley, the tight end. They ran this play 3 or 4 plays before it. The quarterback didn't see him, but this time Buckshot was on the spot for the first score of the day.
More yards on that 57-yard TD than the previous 23 plays combined, and that continues your first quarter differential, which is stunning really between Liberty and Georgia Southern. But Calvert on the drive goes 3 for 3, 79 yards, and the 57-yard TD for the first bowl touchdown. And it comes appropriately enough for Liberty on a big play through the air.
Tight end wheel route.
Right. Probert, kickoff. Kennedy inside the 5. Kennedy stuffed inside the 25-yard line. Mark him down at the 21. Tomorrow afternoon, 4 Eastern, we head to Connecticut for some women's hoops as Oklahoma takes on the second-ranked UConn Huskies, only on CBS Sports Network. Well, good news for Gino Auriemma. Successful surgery this week. He will not be coaching, but the good news for UConn fans is Chris Daly is undefeated in games filling in for Gino Auriemma. So wishing Coach good health and a Merry Christmas. Carter Blackburn, Aaron Taylor, John Triffin from downtown Orlando, Florida, where Georgia Southern not only trails 7-0, don't have a first down. So Wirtz to the air, and it is incomplete. Intended for Kennedy. There is a flag down. Benton there in coverage. First pass of the game, and it draws a flag.
I don't know if it's going to be pass interference on Liberty.
Holding. Defense number 31 against an eligible receiver. This is a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Results in an automatic first down.
It's Elijah Benton making contact before the ball's thrown in the air. Keep an eye on the right side of your screen. Right underneath our beautiful CBS I logo up there at the top, but clearly you saw the multiple contact. Now it's Liberty, who also has been pretty good in the penalty department. And here's our bobsled formation.
All right, bobsled. See if they're cool running it. And Wirtz is tackled by Ajayi. First time you see the bobsled.
Liberty wanted to come in here and have success on early downs. They've done a masterful job of that. 2 yards is not enough for Georgia Southern to start to hunt. They want to avoid being in 3rd and medium plus, but that's going to be really hard to do if they can only get a couple yards on first down.
The only first down for Georgia Southern was the holding penalty. King and LaRoche with Wirtz in the backfield. Wirtz, here's a toss on the reverse, and it's Kennedy, and it's wide open on the edge for a first down. Kennedy down the sideline, walking the tightrope into Liberty territory, and the Eagles break their first big one on the ground. Benton finally makes the stop.
Liberty's done a great job of flowing to the football. Nothing's been working, so the great way to coach against this, look at all the hats start to go inside. They're bad with their eyes, dirty eyes. You take advantage by running a reverse and use that speed and quick reaction against them.
That's a gain of 35 for Wesley Kennedy. They only had 14 yards prior to that run by Kennedy. And now King on the edge, dragging a Liberty defender for a gain of 8. It's starting to open up on the ground for the Eagles. Benton went for a ride.
King's a big physical wide receiver. You see, gives that stiff arm with that left arm right there. That's just enough to get that shoulder across and get north and south, use some leg drive to pick up some really valuable yards. 8 yards on first down is the exact sort of production that this offense has lacked here in the first quarter.
3 touchdowns for King against Georgia State in what they now call Hate Week. Wirtz complete, first completion. Murray has it. Murray takes it inside the 20. Ridden out of bounds. First down, first completion of the game for Georgia Southern. Alexander makes the stop, gain of 8. You go back to December 2nd of 2017 at Coastal Carolina. That's the last time that Shai Wirtz threw an interception. So it's now 227 passes without an interception going back to the end of his freshman year.
And that was a beautiful touch pass there. If Georgia Southern can continue to throw the football on the perimeter, that's going to give Liberty all sorts of problems.
King and Kennedy in the backfield with Wirtz. He'll keep it himself and take it to the 16-yard line. Ajayi rides him out. Second down.
Points are going to be at a premium in this game. Georgia Southern this year has been so-so in the red zone. Only 57.9%, 58% in the red zone for touchdowns. Field goals are not going to win against an offense as explosive as we've seen Liberty already be in this game. So getting a touchdown here is critical, because if Liberty can get a 10-plus more point lead, it's going to be really hard for Southern to close the gap.
Wirtz second down in the red zone. Option, right side. Wirtz is going to keep it. Ridden down and dropped for no gain. Dupree makes the stop. That's Tyron Dupree, the redshirt freshman, playing it well on the edge to force third down.
Gap exchange there, beautiful job. The tight end right here lets his guy go. He can't do that. He's got to find a way to pick up Dupree, who ends up being involved in the tackle. You never leave color, even if it's not your guy. Don't let him cross your face. That was not a good job by there on the tight end. Brings up a huge third down as the first quarter comes to an end.
So after the slow offensive start, Liberty strikes first with a 57-yard touchdown pass. And now Georgia Southern is rolling into the red zone. It'll be third down from the 10 to begin the second quarter in Orlando.
Oh, yeah, the show's all about fun, but we still have to play by the rules.
Great stuff, Fletcher.
Hey, you know what else? They can't stop the run.
False start, 5 yards.
That other pregame show, always the right call. Tomorrow on CBS Sports Network.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their gifts. This Christmas, wrap it in red at Ace and get free assembly and delivery on all grills and accessories, $3.99 and up.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Play it cool and escape heartburn fast with Tums Chewy Bites Cooling Sensation.
2 pure beef patties, 3 slices of melty cheese.
Biggie cheese? Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, do you need help getting out of that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, here, me,
I'm not even sure how I got in, man.
Motor in for a Biggie cheese before they're gone and order ahead to try happy hour anytime.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. Text BOOM to 321321 to get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. And because most GH is produced while you sleep, GH Boost is specially formulated to help you get a deeper, more restful sleep. You'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text BOOM to 321321 to get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. Text BOOM to 321321.
If you're behind on your mortgage payments, threatened with foreclosure, denied a loan modification, or have been the victim of a predatory loan, the Stop Foreclosure Group can help. You have rights, and we have options. Call now for a free consultation.
Introducing the Hometown Collection by Fanatics. Wrap your team in city with this collection of locally inspired graphics designed for the fan. Available at Fanatics.com. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
In between the first and second quarters, a celebration of the survivors and fighters honored here today as part of the Cure Bowl, the Breast Cancer Research Foundation dedicated to ending breast cancer by advancing the world's most promising research. Get involved at bcrf.org. Bringing teams together to find a cure for cancer. Our mission here at the Cure Bowl. And on the field, we begin the second quarter with 3rd and 5 in the red zone for Georgia Southern.
A lot of space up there at the top of the screen, but down here in the red zone, don't be surprised if the Eagles run their quarterback here in the boundary.
Wirtz to the left side. Kennedy, the pitch man, takes it, has the first down, stretches, and he is in for the touchdown. Georgia Southern in the end zone on the option from Wirtz to Kennedy from 10 yards out.
Nailed it. So much speed on the outside edge. This is what you want. You get the first down, but then dropping your shoulder, fighting your way into the end zone. Kennedy puts this team in a position to even the ball game up. That's the exact play, and the timeout at the end of the quarter really helped that staff dial up something that was very, very successful.
Tyler Bass on for the PAT. It is good. Georgia Southern didn't have a first down until this drive, and then they get it rolling all the way into the end zone. Wirtz to Kennedy. Touchdown, Southern. Now, this is what we expected between Liberty. You get a big play in the pass game, 57-yard touchdown, and then Georgia Southern, you probe. And Gus, I mean, he wears a smile on his face no matter what. But when there's 7 on the board, it's closer to being earned.
Gus is all happy because he knows their offense just GATA.
And not to be confused with Freedom, who is the Eagle mascot who we saw in flight before kickoff. Strong mascot game all around. Touchback to the 25 gives us a chance to check in with Brent in New York.
Guys, the New Mexico Bowl, the Aztecs, a team you know quite well, and Ryan Agnew unleashes 74 yards to Jesse Matthews. Matthews, a freshman, the first 2 touchdowns of his career coming in this first half. They lead Central Michigan 20-3 in the second quarter. Guys?
Oh, it is fire up Chips versus the gutty little Aztecs in Albuquerque. And spicy like Tito and Mary's there in Albuquerque for San Diego State.
Good to see that offense starting to fire and hum on all cylinders. It was a rough year for them, but they found some production here late in the season.
So a touchdown drive last time for Buckshot, Calvert, and the Flames. Handoff goes to Mack. Gets a couple. Antonio Gandy-Golden has one catch so far for the Liberty Flames. So the matchup that we've been watching between Kendall Vildor, the cornerback, and Antonio Gandy-Golden have only thrown it to him once for 8 yards.
I'm more concerned about the number of targets that's at 1 than I am with the catches. They got to try to feed him the football.
So 2nd and 8. Calvert, deep shot downfield, looking the other way for Shaw, and it is incomplete. I love the demonstrativeness of Brinson on the edge. He was laying flat on the ground, still signaling incomplete.
There's pressure off both sides of these edges. The pocket is collapsing, denting that pocket. Somebody right in Calvert's face. His production considerably goes down with pressure in his face, just like we saw there. That's exactly what this Eagle defense hopes to do on those obvious passing situations.
Calvert was perfect on the touchdown drive. Now on 3rd and 8. Over the middle, deep shot, incomplete, contact. Here's the flag, and it looks like it's on Brinson. McQuavion Brinson in coverage. Flag is down.
And that's an unfortunate penalty because the pass rush got there and threw an errant pass. Brinson panicked, grabbed a hold of the receiver, and is going to extend the change for the Flames.
Pass interference. Defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Talk about complementary football on the offensive side. You have to play that on the defensive side as well. Brinson, with the help of his pass rush, would have came out on top of that play with a positive. Instead, it's a penalty, and the Flames are marching.
3 penalties on Georgia Southern. All 3 have resulted in first downs.
They're second in their conference with only 40 penalty yards per game. Not off to a good start.
Calvert complete on the edge. Go right back to Douglas. He was the intended target. He's the true freshman from Jacksonville, Florida. Just 7 catches on the year, but Hugh Freeze definitely told us Douglas will factor into the game plan. They've targeted him on the last 2 plays.
There's no question. Had a couple catches in their last game. That's one of these young players that Hugh Freeze is excited about that can help this offense.
On 2nd down, shot on the RPO, and it is caught inside the 25-yard line. What a grab by Noah Frith. Goes up to get it on Brinson for 30.
They may want to take a look at this to make sure that he comes down with this football. Frith, a big target. Looks pretty good there. And Liberty gets the ball off, so it's a moot point.
Now it's in the books, and it'll slip on the edge. There's Douglas inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Liberty. The freshman leading the way on this drive for the Flames.
Just making plays. This is exactly what Liberty wants. They get the first down, they hit the gas pedal. Now you've got Frith, who got the ball down here, one-on-one here at the bottom, 6'4". I'd take that shot.
1st and goal, handoff, Mack, cutback, touchdown, Flames. Liberty back on top. So a drive that was extended by a penalty on Georgia Southern ends up in a touchdown run for Joshua Mack.
And credit that offensive line that had struggled mightily earlier on in the first quarter. Found a way to get it done inside the 5-yard line when it mattered most. The Flames go to the run game, and it pays off.
Probert PAT is no good. It is no good. That ball is dead. And it's 13-7. Hugh Freeze upset with his kicking game. But offense, Fred wrestles it away to set up the Liberty Flames. Then Douglas shaking his way to 1st and goal, and Mack punches it in. Touchdown, Liberty. Flames on top in Central Florida.
more treatment.
We're going to try something different today.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them.
Introducing the Elf on the Shelf menu at IHOP. With Jolly Cakes topped with shimmery elf sprinkles. Oh, what funnel cakes with powdered sugar. And kids eat free every day from 4 to 10 p.m. Try the Elf on the Shelf menu only at IHOP.
I want the kids' faces to light up when the big gift comes out.
Blow their wish list wide open at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Check out the new Tracker Off-Road 90, a great youth ATV at the breakthrough price of only $23.99 plus freight.
It's boxing's holiday event of the year. Undefeated Tank Davis battles Yuriorkis Gamboa in an explosive title fight.
This fight is going to be powered by the letters K-O.
In 2019 with the banner. Ring out the year, inside the ring, on Showtime.
With the money I've made on Poshmark, I've been able to pay for all our family's vacations.
I could pay for my wedding just on what I've made from Poshmark.
I've made over $10,000 and I was able to buy my new car.
Download the free Poshmark app now.
Joshua Mack from Pittsford, New York takes it in for the touchdown, but only 6 on the board. And there's times when you can read body language from a coach and really understand what he's thinking, because that PAT was just a shank there from the kicker, Alex Probert. And the whole snap, hold looked good. Hugh Freeze disappointed, to say the least.
Those are the plays that get you beat. The operation was a clean one. Probert just pushed it. He shanked it. It happens. That's one of those situations, though, in a game that's kind of gone the way that this one has, that could loom large as we move on.
Probert's kickoff. Kennedy backs up, has it in the end zone, touchback to the 25-yard line. Tomorrow, the NFL on CBS features a full slate of games with playoff implications, including the Ravens looking for a win over the Browns to secure home field advantage, or the Jets seeking to spoil the Steelers' postseason plans. It all begins with JB and the guys on the NFL Today at noon Eastern on CBS. Jerome Bettis, named BCRF board member this past July. His mother, Gladys, Jerome has described as the toughest person I know, and it is very personal for the Bucs.
It certainly is. She had to raise that knucklehead. That's why she's so tough.
You're good buddy, Jerome, right? You say it from a place of love. As words drop to this, the 30. You can call me a knucklehead anytime, AT.
Well, I remember Gladys would always make food when we would play Michigan and go to the Detroit area where the bus was from. But you take a look at the first 4 possessions for this Eagles offense, and that's not what you want the first 3 times out. The second drive there, 7 plays for 79 yards and the touchdown, were aided because of the pass game out in the flats that allowed them to move the sticks.
What would Gladys make?
Greens, turkey, barbecue, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie.
Hungry right now. King takes the toss. 3rd and short. Yeah, you take that all day.
That was the thing in college. There's nothing better than the home-cooked meal. You were always glad when you played in the hometown of one of your teammates.
Jerome got good growing food.
Well, you look how big he is. They didn't call him the bus for nothing.
3rd and 5 for the Eagles after the touchdown drive. Other than that TD drive, as you saw, nothing on offense. So Liberty trying to get him 3 and out again.
And I think this has to be a perimeter play or some sort of play action pass.
Fake the toss, and now Wirtz on the roll. Pressured, so he just dumps it to the sideline, incomplete. And Liberty celebrates with the pressure on Shai Wirtz. Solomon Ajayi from Plano, Texas.
There was an eligible receiver in the vicinity of the pass. 4th down.
You take a look at this. I'd like the call of play action, but there's nowhere to throw the football. Everybody's covered. That's just a great job of Liberty getting the Eagles into a 3rd and medium situation, forcing the throw, and they were ready for it.
The 4th 3 and out for the Eagles. But Wirtz knows how to get rid of the football. Beck will punt it away to DJ Stubbs. A muff on the first. Beck gets it away. And Stubbs makes the grab at the 26-yard line. Liberty football with a 13-7 lead on the Eagles.
These little cups would make great stocking stuffers. But how about right now in your mouth stuffers? Happy holidays to your mouth. Not sorry. Reese's.
One really famous guy and Colin Jost.
Come on, get in there. What's the worst that happens? You get injured doing this dumb commercial and then it ruins your actual career?
No Aaron Rodgers were harmed in the making of this commercial. Izod, available at Kohl's.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. Text BOOM to 321321 to get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. And because most GH is produced while you sleep, GH Boost is specially formulated to help you get a deeper, more restful sleep. You'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text BOOM to 321321 to get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. Text BOOM to 321321.
These folks, they don't have time to go to the post office. They have businesses to grow, customers to care for, lives to get home to. They use Stamps.com. Print discounted postage for any letter, any package, anytime, right from your computer. All the amazing services of the post office, only cheaper. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
Welcome back to the Cure Bowl here in Orlando as Liberty leads Georgia Southern 13-7. I am here with Kelly Hailstone, who's the Chief Operating Officer of FBC Mortgage. Kelly, thanks for joining us. First year as the title sponsor for the Cure Bowl. Why did you guys want to get involved?
It's a great opportunity to be involved in a great cause. We got to paint Market Street Station, or pink this morning on the parade. It was fun. All of our employees were really excited to be involved, and just an incredible game today. Awesome atmosphere.
Talk about this atmosphere, because this is the first time a football game has been held in a soccer stadium here in Orlando. What do you think?
It's an awesome venue. This place is loud. There's a lot going on. There should be more of these out here. It's great.
Right, before I send it back upstairs, Aaron Taylor is the real estate expert. He's always looking for his next project, but he's out in California. You think you could hook him up with a mortgage?
Yeah, we're licensed there. Have him go to simpleloan.com. In 8 minutes or less, we can see if we can help him out.
Aaron, he's got you covered.
But the problem is I have a 340 credit score.
Calvert complete. Another big completion at the 45-yard line. It's Noah Frith. And Aaron, you noticed a lot of drops by Frith, and he's not making those today.
Well, he's so pretty, man. He's a big physical target with a lot of skills, but he was dropping the football. That's a great job. You saw him double bobble it there a little bit, but he does bring it down. In my preparation watching this game, he doesn't have the surest of hands, but he sure come up big here early in this game in the first half.
6'4". He's a matchup problem if you get him the football. On first down, handoff, hole opens up in the ground game now after the big plays in the past. Frankie Hickson, the fifth-year senior from Lynchburg, Heritage High School, the Pioneers.
Look at the combination block to the left of the screen right there that allows the back to get north and south. I was down on the field watching this young man earlier. Hickson's not the biggest of guys, but he's short and stocky and got some power. That time he was patient. And man, if Liberty can get some success on the run game with that and combine that to their RPO play action passing, it could be a long afternoon for the Eagles.
Only 7 rushing yards before that one for 21 for Frankie Hickson, who had a career day in the finale, the home win over New Mexico State. Liberty also won in Las Cruces.
That last game was incredible, Carter. You mentioned that because They had 317 rushing yards, averaged 6.5 yards per carry, and had 5 touchdowns. You compare that to what they had against Syracuse in week 1 of minus rushing yards. They've come a long, long way when they can get that run game going.
More on the Orange later.
Of course there are. The alma mater of my esteemed partner.
And other broadcasters. More on that later. 2nd and 6 here for Hugh Freeze and the Liberty Flames. Offensive coordinator, quarterback coach Kent Austin. Calvert hit as he throws, and it is a wobbling, incomplete pass. Rashad Byrd blows up Buckshot Calvert. Helmet comes off. That means he has to come out for one play.
12's helmet came off during the play, and he must remain out of the game for one play. 3rd down.
So here's Landon Brown, who has attempted only 10 passes on the year.
He reads run and just beats the back block by the guard. It was a play action pass. Calvert wanted to throw it, but because Byrd unhinged so quickly, that's about as good and clean a linebacker play as you can get.
So the sophomore from Tulsa, Lincoln Christian, in for at least one snap. But first, I think Hugh Freeze is going to use a timeout here so that you can get Calvert back into the game.
In an injury situation, you can't buy your way back in. But when a helmet pops off, you can't avoid it by using a timeout. They have 3. It's a 3rd down. You're at the very high red zone. This is the absolute place to make that call that Freeze just did.
Kevin Hassel and the crew getting together to make sure they've got it all squared away. Yeah, we still don't have the official announcement. Here it is.
The result of the previous play was an incomplete pass. The clock continued to run. Would the game clock operator please put 10 minutes and 9 seconds on the game clock, please? The clock will start on the snap. Liberty is elected to take a timeout. Timeout Liberty, they're first.
So 10:09 to go in the second for the Liberty Flames. It is the first bowl game, first year of eligibility for a bowl game. They had to win 7 games to be eligible for a bowl. They got that win over New Mexico State. First season for Hugh Freeze, who's already received a contract extension. Founded in 1971 on Liberty Mountain, Jerry Falwell. The enrollment of over 100,000 is because they have had all the way back to the 1980s one of the biggest online and back in those days correspondence on VHS tapes. So there are Liberty alums all around the nation, all around the world, and a huge contingent of students came down. How about this? For the students had a deal. For $25 you could get on the bus in Lynchburg, Virginia, and come down to Orlando for the game. So many students took the deal for $25 on the bus. They said now we can charter planes. So they chartered 2 planes for $25 round trip. Come to Orlando, get some nice weather, watch the bowl game, support the Flames, and then turn around and go back.
And you also notice that Stephen Buckshot Calvert is back in the game, as we talked about earlier. We'll mention it again. By Hugh Freeze taking that timeout, he can buy his quarterback back into the game on this important 3rd down situation.
First 3rd down of the drive. Hickson motions back with Calvert. Buckshot punt, dumps it off, and it is incomplete. Incomplete pass, trying to check it down to Hickson, but the Georgia Southern defensive line, Quinn Williams, applies the pressure on Calvert to force 4th down, and the kicking unit is on.
It was going to be a screen pass, but if you're Frankie Hickson, number 23, the running back, you have to do a better job of slowing up the rusher. You still want to let him go by, but you have to buy your quarterback a little bit more time. They didn't do that, and it forces this field goal situation.
Probert has made 5 straight field goal attempts, but missed a PAT, and this one is no good. So Probert with a missed PAT, and now a missed field goal, and on the Georgia Southern sideline, celebration from Chad Lunsford and from Gus. 13-7, Liberty on top, but they have missed an opportunity for 4 more in the kicking game.
Getting your home loan with FBC Mortgage is almost as relaxing as a day at the beach. Make the mortgage experience enjoyable. Apply now with FBC Mortgages, simpleloan.com.
Everything your trip needs for everyone you love. Expedia.
At Domino's, a delivery gone wrong doesn't just hurt your pizza night.
It hurts our pride. We're going to be expediting this order.
It could be a missing dipping sauce. It could be a wrong topping. It arrives cold.
With Domino's new delivery insurance, if your delivery isn't what you expected, make a claim and we'll make it right.
I noticed you had an issue with your last delivery.
To make up for it, I brought you a medium pizza.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You're welcome. Get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
And put our delivery insurance to the test.
It's so easy to sell on Poshmark. You just pick out your item, snap a couple of photos, and boom, it's up for sale. When I look at my old clothes now, I see dollar signs. Just this month, I've made a couple $100s on Poshmark just selling items out of my closet.
Download the free Poshmark app now.
Good morning.
More treatment.
We're going to try something different today.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them.
One of the fun aspects of the 2019 FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl is the first all-female radio crew to call a football bowl subdivision game on a national radio network on Bowl Day Radio. Jamie Say, Danny Welniak, and Melanie Newman on the call. Jamie Say, the WAER sports director, 1997-1998 at Syracuse University. One of my first bosses in the business. And there's Melanie Newman, who has spent the season with Liberty University football, so well-versed on the Flames. And Danny is an accomplished football player in her own right and sports director in Kansas City, Missouri. And it is with great pleasure that we now send you to Jamie Say, Danny Welniak, and Melanie Newman on the call.
2 or 3 on that play.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Danny.
I was going to say the dual backs back there are a lot of the reason that you can set up plays like that, give Wirtz a potential option play, and that is why that was semi-successful.
Yeah, gain of 3, 2nd and 7, ball at the 33 of Georgia Southern. Liberty leads the Cure Bowl 13-7 in the second quarter with 9:29 to go before halftime. 2 in the backfield, it's Kennedy and King behind Shy Wirtz, and Wirtz is going to keep. Now option pitch to King, takes 1 hit, he's still on his feet, and he's finally dragged out of bounds at the 35-yard line, gain of 2.
Another one of those options I was talking about with Wirtz taking control of that one. The fake to the left linebacker expands, opens up the middle of the field, and it's another way of kind of being able to run the outside pitch, even a quarterback draw. So if the linebacker stays inside and forces the QB to bounce it out outside of the tackle.
3rd and 5 for Georgia Southern. Eagles at their own 35-yard line. Wirtz breaks the huddle, operating from the pistol. 2 receivers split out to either side. Wesley Kennedy is the lone setback. Wirtz takes the snap, wants to throw, steps up in the pocket. Now he rolls out to his right, fires complete, but short of the first down. Making the catch was Caleb Hood, a freshman, but he's about 2 yards shy.
The ruling on the field is a completed catch, short of the line to gain, 4th down.
Well, our viewers may not be happy about it, but it's back to Carter Blackburn, Aaron Taylor, and John Schriffen on the call. You know, Jamie and I, in the 99-2000 Syracuse women's basketball season, I got the job as the analyst working with Jamie Say as play-by-play because a young man named Adam Zucker took a TV job in Scranton and opened up the gig for me. So Jamie's one of my best friends in broadcasting, and pretty awesome to be sharing mics today.
The Orange Mafia lives.
Stubbs backs up, fair catch inside the 20-yard line. 13 on the board for the Liberty Flames, but special teams already looming large with 2 missed kicks from Probert.
Probert's been a problem. He's left 4 points off the scoreboard, missed a PAT, then missed a field goal. The challenge here as a kicker is making sure that your mindset is right. And Hugh Freeze also has to make sure that his mindset is right. When a game can be a small one where it's 6 points now dividing between these teams, because remember, what's been true all season long for Georgia Southern is that they're a much better second half team, and the Flames are the opposite. They tend to peter out, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Calvert, play action, loading up, and it is tipped, and it is incomplete. Intended for Frith on the edge and dangerous. Vildor knocks it in the air, keeping it away from Frith.
Kendall Vildor is one of those players, number 20 for Georgia Southern, that has a chance to play on the next level. He's playing against a big physical receiver. He's manned up one-on-one, just comes back in great position, gets his right hand on the football. Left hand, excuse me, and there's the lack of strong hands that we've seen from Frith. That's a ball he should have and could have caught.
Mack in the backfield on 2nd and 10. Buckshot, Calvert, fake it, toss it incomplete. Had it on the RPO for Fouts, the tight end, but it is off his hands. Good coverage from Bowdry. 3rd and 10 coming.
That's what makes this offense go, Carter. You're exactly right. The RPO that time, he was covered pretty well. That ball would have had to be very thinly thrown in there to get it to Fouts. Fouts only has 8 catches on the season. He's not really used as a target. They took a chance there, but it didn't pay off.
On 3rd down, just 1 for 3 so far for Calvert. Loading up, check down. Mack has it, no room. Oh, he slips away, and Mack has the 1st down. Breaking tackles to get a much-needed 1st down. Williams had the chance.
Poor tackling out on the edge has been a problem in this first half for Georgia Southern. Wrap up right there. Don't dive at the ground. That's Vildor, the player that just made a great play the play before. Cost his team big time there.
Mack, nothing doing. Ty Phillips and Rashad Bird on the stop on 1st down.
And I got to tell you, man, Georgia Southern's hurting itself, allowing this Liberty Flames offense to move the sticks by either penalty or missed tackles. It's the errors that are costing them.
Mack was close to stepping out. Stayed in bounds, got the 1st down. Bird showing pressure. Thought they were ready to draw the Flames offsides on 2nd down. Bird gets back. Fake the run, toss it, tipped at the line, and it's almost picked. Incomplete. Ellis had a chance at making it. The transfer from Furman, and instead it's an incompletion and 3rd down again.
Keep your eye. This play prevents another 1st down. Great job by the defensive line getting your hand up, and it was almost an interception. One of the things that Stephen Calvert has done a remarkable job year over year of avoiding. A season ago among the worst in the FBS with 18, but because of that big meat paw there by Phillips, it forces another 3rd down. That was a wide open, well-designed play that Liberty couldn't capitalize on.
On 3rd and 8. Calvert, time to throw in the pocket, incomplete, behind the intended receiver on 3rd and 8. He was looking for Hundley, who had the 57-yard touchdown. Rashad Bird right there with them.
Great stop that time by Georgia State, Southern getting themselves off the field. After the missed tackle on 3rd down, they did a nice job of finding a way to get pressure, and an errant thrown pass there late gives them a chance to get the ball back and put some more points on the board.
Alvis will punt. Hangs it high, trying to kick it away from Kennedy, who's been a dangerous return man and does exactly that. We'll see where they spot it, right around the 30-yard line at the 32. Georgia Southern with the football, trailing by 6.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their gifts. This Christmas, wrap it in red at Ace when you buy online and pick up in store, or have it delivered right to your door.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to.
Trulicity is for people with type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. I take it once a week. It starts acting in my body from the first dose.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
Christmas trees try so hard. Lights and ornaments and little choo-choo trains, come on. The best trees, they kind of only need two things. Peanut butter and chocolate. Not sorry, Reese's.
In their final game as an FCS team, as we continue to celebrate college football at 1:50, Georgia Southern in the Swamp to take on the Gators. Eagles led by a pair of seniors that day, Kevin Ellison. An explosive 45-yard touchdown run. Jarek McKinnon's turn late in the fourth quarter to give Georgia Southern the historic 26-20 win. And this is an Eagle program that is used to winning all the way back to the 1920s. And head coaches including Paul Johnson, Willie Fritz, who won this game with Tulane, and then 2-0 in bowl games. But you talk about that winning tradition as the rain begins to fall here in Orlando. When Chad Lunsford took over the program that was down, October 2017, took over as interim head coach amidst a 6-game losing streak. They finished 2-10 that year, then rallied to win 9 last year. Camellia Bowl win. So really reestablishing. Wirtz to the air. Deep shot. Downfield. Ransom. Incomplete. And even with the rain falling, Georgia Southern airs it out on first down. Benjamin Alexander in coverage.
Benjamin Alexander plays that rover position and was in phase the entire time. You cannot cover somebody any more closely than he did there. But it appears that Coach H isn't too happy. Remember, the receivers, both the offense and defense, have equal rights to the ball. That ball was well defended. I like the first down decision to throw, though.
Back to the ground game on second down. LaRoche has it straight ahead to give you third and manageable for Bob DeBest, the offensive coordinator, and the Eagles.
Carter, it's been amazing how well Liberty has defended these guys. Take a look at this. The Eagles, 5 3 and outs, only 4 first downs.
And that was the touchdown drive, right? Yeah, and that was the one touchdown drive for the Eagles.
Here we go with the bobsled. First time we're seeing it here on third down with that formation in the backfield.
Wirtz out of the bobsled on the left, trying to turn the corner. Flames run him down again, and it's Brandon Tillman, the senior from Lexington, South Carolina, back from a broken wrist, suffered at UVA. He was one of the big question marks health-wise. Tillman's out there and forces fourth down.
Just a great job of the second level defenders defeating their blocks, maintaining leverage, and just enclosing the defense. When you can flatten out the offense and cancel gaps at the same time, good things happen. Liberty has been all over the option attack of the Eagles today. Clearly, that time off and the preparation getting ready for this game definitely has paid off.
Eagles show a wrinkle in the punt game. They've been known to run the option out of a punt formation. Flag down. Looks like a false start, and it is on the edge.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 18, 5-yard penalty. It remains 4th down.
It's uncharacteristic for this Georgia Southern team. We've mentioned it before. They're one of the best in their conference at playing clean football. Only 40 yards per game. They're almost there already in the first half.
Let it roll inside the 20-yard line, and Stubbs decides not to catch it, and that costs him about 10 yards, so they'll have it in the 10 as Stubbs backs away. So Hugh Freeze, first season coaching the Liberty Flames, but it has been a long and winding road, and you go Hugh Freeze back to the health problems. Thankfully, as we talked to Coach Freeze this week, said the health is improving. Still a lot of stiffness, about 10 months the recovery time, but I mean, you go from the hospital bed to he told us the interesting vantage point, and maybe the one he liked the most, was basically from the
cart cam.
From the cart cam.
Yeah, he told us he was absolutely worthless those first 2 weeks in terms of helping out this offense. He came back in week 3 and they beat Buffalo.
Hickson right side, driven back. Duncan leads the way for the Eagle D.
And this is what you expect from the Eagles up front, that physicality. They've been torched through the air at times, giving up big explosive plays. I watched the Arkansas State game getting ready for this. It's very similar to this Liberty offense, but the Flames, that run game, about 10% of what they got in their last out against New Mexico State. They've got to get that run game heated up.
Pressure off the edge, nearly had it in the backfield, and then Bird rallies 2nd and 8, and Chad Lunsford does have all 3 timeouts. 3rd down coming here. Elects not to use one. I mean, you're 4+ left. That was nearly grabbing the backfield.
Rashad Bird did an excellent job. He leads this team in tackles for a great reason. To be good at that position, you have to have good instincts, read your keys, and trigger quickly, just like he did there. Now it's time for this pass rush that has been a problem all game long, particularly on this part of the field, has to find a way to get itself home.
Calvert on 3rd down. Out. Gandy Golden goes to get it, and he had to make an adjustment with the ball in flight to grab that one, and that's why you see Antonio Gandy Golden's terrific hands.
What you didn't see was how well this route was run by AGG on Vildor. That's a matchup that a lot of NFL scouts were interested to watch. Those are the 2 players on the field that have the best shot to go to the next level, and 11 won that matchup big time.
His career, nearly 3,800 yards and 32 touchdowns. And everyone around Liberty football describes Antonio Gandy Golden as one of the more focused players in the program. It is school and football, and that's where Antonio Gandy Golden has become one of the best wide receivers in all of college football.
1,700+ yard games in his career, have been productive from the day he stepped on the football. Here he is down here in one-on-one coverage with Vildor again.
Handoff, Hickson, nothing doing. 3rd down coming again. Springer leads the way. That's a loss of 1. Another tackle for loss along with Bird. And with 2:37, you're in 3rd down again. And Georgia Southern does not use a timeout here.
These front sevens have been pretty explosive. It's an interesting decision by Georgia Southern not to take the timeout here. I would have done that, but given how limited they are with the pass game, maybe he's thinking how much ever time there is, we need all the timeouts we can get, because this is an offense that's based upon running the ball, but this defense has to get itself off the field before that can happen.
So Liberty snaps 3rd down, just north of 2 minutes left in the half, and Calvert on the roll. Calvert will dance out of bounds exactly 2 minutes. Georgia Southern has all 3 timeouts, and here's where you point out that the Eagles have 6 non-offensive touchdowns on the year.
Here he is over here on this outside edge.
Georgia Southern, their first charge timeout of the half. This will be 30 seconds in length. 30-second timeout.
Timeout even though Calvert gets out of bounds.
Not the cleanest of operations there in the gates. A really good rush that time by Johnson. 92, beating both the left tackle and the back. That's great defensive line play. Winning their matchups one-on-one, helping those DBs out that have already given up 187 yards through the air on that back end. So we've seen special teams be a factor for the Eagles all season long. We just showed you rain. We've seen some wind at times. This is a perfect opportunity for the Eagles to try to get some points here as this first half comes to a close, because Liberty gets the ball back to start the second half.
Kennedy backing up, calls for the fair catch, has it at the 27-yard line. Minute 54, 2 timeouts left for Georgia Southern. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, Kevin Carter, and Aaron Murray, scores and highlights from around the other bowl games today, and first half analysis of the 5th annual Cure Bowl from Orlando, Florida. And just to clean up the timeout there from Lunsford, the ball would have been marked ready for play. Clock would have been rolling there. So you do save some time with that timeout, but not as much as you would have saved prior to 4th down. But regardless, 1 timeout used there. Georgia Southern has the 2 timeouts. But now you want to make sure you don't give it back to Liberty for a quick strike at the end of the half. So give your offense a chance to move the football.
That's why this first down play is so critical.
Wirtz on the roll. Wirtz with a stiff arm, shakes his way for a first down and gets out of bounds right around the 39.
That was an empty formation, 5 wide receivers. I'm not so sure that this wasn't a designed quarterback run. Shai Wirtz is so explosive. Some of his biggest runs of the year haven't come on option plays. They've come on plays like draws we just saw there. It's 9 yards and stops the clock. Beautiful execution there. At some point, they've got to put the football in the air, and that's where those 2 timeouts are going to come in handy, because they can't keep running it.
Wirtz, flag is down. Shot incomplete. Here comes a second flag. 2 flags on the play.
That might be a cut block by the right tackle.
The result of the play was an incomplete pass. During the play, personal foul, chop block, offense number 60 and number 66 and number 50. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains second down.
Here they are right here. It's slide protection, but if you're going to cut, you can't cut a defensive player that's engaged with another offensive player. It's a rule that they put in there to make sure guys stayed safe. And that was a great call in eyes. You saw multiple flags, lots of laundry thrown on that one. And that's about as bad of a play that you can have, because it costs you time and you lose yardage.
And again, this is uncharacteristic of Georgia Southern with the penalties in this first half, because they have been a clean football team all year. Wirtz stepping up. Wirtz is going to take a deep shot downfield, and it is intercepted. The most unlikely interception. It's the first thrown by Wirtz since December 2nd, 2017. And it gives the Flames the football with 1:36 in the half.
Ruling on the field is an interception. First down, Liberty.
This is the first interception he's thrown all season, and this is just a great job after the push-off that he gets away with by Scruggs going up and getting that football. Clearly there was contact, but with equal rights to the ball. Take a look at that, his first interception since December 2nd of 2017. 230 pass attempts later, and it was a costly one.
And it is back-to-back games with an interception for Javon Scruggs. Had an INT in the end zone New Mexico State and now Calvert and the offense take over. Minute 36, still 2 timeouts. Calvert pumps. He's looking long, and they've got it again. Tight end Huntley has it. A 57-yard TD earlier for Huntley. Makes the grab here to take him inside the 30. That's a gain of 34.
Another wheel route, but off of a bubble screen look. It froze the defense, and they let him run free again.
Calvert, fake it. Pressured. Almost picked. Brinson bobbled it. Eagles nearly got it back. Give and take at the end of the first half.
Just when we were complimenting Calvert off the play action RPO, just a great job by Brinson of breaking on that football, but he does get credit for the pass breakup, which is the school record that LaRon Scott used to have with 36. That was a great play, but the poor ball skills give Liberty another shot.
So 2 quarterbacks who combined for 5 interceptions the entire year, nearly both throw 1 in 3 snaps. Long foul ball.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains second down.
And with 2 timeouts, they didn't get the timeout in time.
That's just poor execution. The operation there has been herky-jerky. Hugh Freeze can't be happy with that, particularly because the kicking game isn't what you need. So that lost yardage there really makes it more difficult to convert this. And if you don't, now you're kicking a much longer field goal than you needed to.
So all that ups to take your end zone shots right now.
Have to. Still got 2 timeouts left. So you don't have to go straight to the end zone, but it does make each play that much more critical.
2nd and 15 in the rain. Handoff, Mack, left side. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Loose football. The Eagles think they have it. Head linesman comes in to say he was down. Ruling is the runner is down.
As the runner's forward progress was stopped prior to the ball coming loose. 3rd down.
Coach Lunsford, you see there's irate. You see the leg drive there. His forward progress was stopped before that ball came out.
Timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout. 30 seconds in length.
We showed you the rain earlier. It's starting to come down again. That affects ball security more than anything. You also saw a helmet that came off as a result. The ruling on the field was that the player's progress was stopped prior to, before that ball started coming out. Great job going in there and getting the football, but it looked like Mack was going backwards before that ball came out.
Listen for the whistle. Ooh, that, I mean, you hear it late. That could be a very big break for Liberty. Then the Flames take the timeout, 1 remaining, but you can certainly understand where Chad Lunsford would be upset with that one. In the books now. Calvert on the roll. 3rd down, end zone. It is tipped and incomplete at the goal line. Duncan gets his hands on it, intended for Frith, but Kendrick Duncan Jr. has a pass breakup that was nearly a pick in the rain.
It's an excellent job going up and getting that football again. Another opportunity to get an interception. Yeah, you like to bat the ball down and you force the field goal. But if Duncan can catch that football, it's game over, and Liberty doesn't even get a chance to take this shot.
Missed from 48. And now Probert. It is good. Missed from 48, got it from 46. The interception turns into 3 for Liberty. 16-7, still a minute 2, and a fired up Eagles sideline.
That's a great response by Probert. He missed a PAT. He missed a field goal. At the end of the first half, He finds a way to nail one. That's tremendous resiliency and mental fortitude by that young man right there, pointing up to the sky. Thank you, Lord, for helping that pigskin go through the uprights. And that's critical, Carter, because Liberty gets this ball back to start the second half. Georgia Southern's done everything that they can to help fan this Flame offense. The question now becomes, how aggressive do you want to be if you're Coach Lunsford with his offense in this situation?
I mean, the one touchdown drive has been it offensively for Georgia Southern, including that interception. It's the first interception thrown by anybody for Georgia Southern. Remember, Wirtz had to miss 3 games because of the injury versus LSU. Tomlin took over, no INTs. The first interception of the season for the Georgia Southern offense. 12th INT for Liberty, turns into 3 points. Touchback, have it at the 25, a minute 2.
Just a reminder of how we got here. The interception, the first of the season by Shai Wirtz. He had 230 straight passes prior to that interception by Scruggs, who got away clearly with a push-off there. Let's see if Wirtz can regain his composure. In this situation, get yourself a first down, dial up your best run plays, try to bleed this clock so you can go in at halftime without giving the ball back to Liberty and get your composure. You're a good second half team if you're the Eagles, and you better be, because you haven't played well here in the first half.
King gets the handoff, just 3. That indicative of where Georgia Southern probably wants to play this. You're in the rain. Well, they're lining up. Second down. Snap it in a hurry. Wirtz back to the air. That's caught. Murray on the edge, gets out of bounds. He's short of the first down. Stops the clock with 42.
And it's that inside run game that has been non-existent for the Eagles. Interesting decision there to run with a little bit of tempo. They're being aggressive here. I like it.
You have to convert here, otherwise you give it back again. So Wirtz to the edge. Murray has it, has the first down. Move the chains, gets out of bounds. 36 seconds. You give the Eagles a shot. Now for Georgia Southern's kicking game, Tyler Bass has had 2 field goals blocked this year. So you don't want to stretch it out too far where you give Liberty a chance to block a field goal and score themselves on special teams.
No doubt. High percentage passes, don't put the ball in harm's way. Georgia Southern hoping for a missed tackle in space and a house call.
Wirtz handles a low snap. Pressure coming. Wirtz will be sacked. Lemonnier brings him down. And what will possibly be...
Timeout. Georgia Southern. Their second charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds in length. 30 seconds.
I'm surprised you take a timeout there and try to snap it a couple more times with the way things are going right now for the Eagle offense.
There's no question that drop back pass is not the strength of this team. They're trying to take a shot downfield. Wirtz has a decent arm to be able to get it down there, but this time it's Liberty's defense, led by Jesse Lemonnier, that were able to collapse that pocket and get a sack. A sack is the absolute
Mike's
worst.
the only smart one. He's got the...
Mike, I'm not sure Mike, why Mike is the only smart one. Maybe he came prepared for the rain, but oops. Reminder, the microphone is always on. So out of the timeout for Georgia Southern, you got 2nd and 17. We'll see what you come up with out of this one. Wirtz on the roll. They're looking for a long one. Wirtz, deep shot, jump ball. It is to the sideline and incomplete. So now you got 3rd and 17. Boy, there is a myriad of possibilities for the last 22 seconds, each with the timeout.
And because Georgia Southern calls that timeout, if they don't convert this, there's a chance that Liberty's going to get the ball back and maybe able to take a shot at the end zone themselves. Just poor management of the clock in this situation from start to finish here at the end of the first half.
Georgia Southern used the first timeout 2 minutes. The clock was exactly at 2 minutes, meaning it would have been ready for play, but that's That's a long time ago at this point. Wirtz rolling on third down. Wirtz is chased. Lemonnier pressuring him again. Has to just toss it to the sideline. Here comes a flag. It is incomplete. Flag as Wirtz and Lemonnier go tumbling into the Liberty sideline. 12 seconds. Flag is down.
Might be a late hit on the quarterback, giving life to Georgia Southern.
After the quarterback was out of bounds, personal foul. Defense number 11, late hit. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Lemonnier been playing lights out in this first half. 5 tackles and a sack, but this penalty keeps Georgia Southern's chances at the end of the half alive.
And it's foolish. They're going to call that every time, and they should. Lemonnier is too good of a player. He just had a sack before that. You're breathing life into this Southern team.
And then Lemonnier stays on the sidelines. He was hobbled after that play that drew the penalty. You see him on the Liberty sideline there. Critical defensive leader for the Flames. So J.Odd Sanders takes his place. 12 seconds. Eagles have a timeout.
Liberty keep everything inside and in front.
Target line at the 38. Wirtz lines up, throws incomplete. Off the hands of Murray. 8 seconds. We'll see if the Eagles try to get it to the end zone. I mean, heavy rain. I mean, a long field goal at this point in the rain. Snap, hold, that's tough.
No, you're hoping for a run after the catch to get this football anywhere remotely close. These are not the conditions that you want to try and kick a field goal in this situation. This whole thing seemed kind of disjointed, but to Georgia Southern's credit, they're being aggressive. I just don't like the way that they're going about it.
Target line 38, 8 seconds. Wirtz stepping up in the pocket, chased from behind, and he will be sacked. And it is Sanders who brings him down, and that will end the half. Timeout. Timeout. Let's see.
Prior to the clock expiring, Georgia Southern calls their third and final timeout. Would the game clock operator please put 1 second on the clock? 1 second, please. This will be a 30-second timeout.
This is a huge gamble. Timeout, 1 second, rain. Your quarterback, who hasn't thrown an INT all year, throws a pick on the last possession. I mean, you have to be very safe with the football. 1 second, one chance at the end of the half.
I started out this drive saying that I like the aggression, but moves like this become borderline foolish. You can see the rain coming down. Center quarterback exchange can be a factor. If you throw an interception with the field conditions being as wet as they are, you give yourself an opportunity to return the football to the Flames. Clearly here you're going for a Hail Mary, hoping for a Hail Mary and some sort of prayer from above. It's just a risk-reward situation that I don't think is warranted.
And yet if you break it, it's a miracle before the half. Wirtz is going to heave it long against the prevent D, and it is incomplete. And that is the end of an action-packed conclusion to the first half. 16-7 Liberty on Georgia Southern. Oh, a lot to get into already. We're only halfway done with the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl in Orlando.